The human heart is one of the most important organs responsible for sustaining life. It is a muscular organ with 4 chambers. The size of the heart is the size of about a clenched fist. The human heart functions throughout a person's lifespan and is one of the most robust and hardest working muscles in the human body. Besides humans, most other animals also possess a heart that pumps blood throughout their bodies. Even invertebrates such as grasshoppers possess a heart-like pumping organ, though they do not function the same way a human heart does. Also refer, human circulatory system position of heart in human body. The human heart is located between the lungs and the thoracic cavity, slightly towards the left of the sternum, breastbone. The function of heart. The function of the heart in any organism is to maintain a constant flow of blood throughout the body. This replenishes oxygen and circulates nutrients among the cells and tissues. Following are the main functions of the heart. One of the primary functions of the human heart is to pump blood throughout the body. Blood delivers oxygen, hormones, glucose and other components to various parts of the body, including the human heart. The heart also ensures that adequate blood pressure is maintained in the body. There are 2 types of circulation within the body, namely pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation, blue, and systemic circulation, red types of circulation. Pulmonary circulation is a portion of circulation responsible for carrying deoxygenated blood away from the heart to the lungs and then bringing oxygenated blood back to the heart. Systemic circulation is another portion of circulation where the oxygenated blood is pumped from the heart to every organ and tissue in the body, and deoxygenated blood comes back again to the heart. Now, the heart itself is a muscle and therefore, it needs a constant supply of oxygenated blood. This is where another type of circulation comes into play, the coronary circulation. Coronary circulation is an essential portion of the circulation, where oxygenated blood is supplied to the heart. This is important as the heart is responsible for supplying blood throughout the body. Moreover, organs like the brain need a steady flow of fresh, oxygenated blood to ensure functionality. In a nutshell, the circulatory system plays a vital role in supplying oxygen and nutrients and removing carbon dioxide and other wastes from the body. Let us gain a deeper insight into the various anatomical structures of the heart. Structure of the human heart. The human heart is about the size of a human fist and is divided into 4 chambers, namely 2 ventricles and 2 atria. The ventricles are the chambers that pump blood and the atrium are the chambers that receive blood. Among these, both the right atrium and ventricle make up the right heart, and the left atrium and ventricle make up the left heart. The structure of the heart also houses the biggest artery in the body, the aorta. The right and the left region of the heart are separated by a wall of muscle called the septum. The right ventricle pumps the blood to the lungs for reoxygenation through the pulmonary arteries. The right semilunar valves close and prevent the blood from flowing back into the heart. Then, the oxygenated blood is received by the left atrium from the lungs via the pulmonary veins. Read on to explore more about the structure of the heart. External structure of heart. One of the very first structures which can be observed when the external structure of the heart is viewed is the pericardium. Pericardium. The human heart is situated to the left of the chest and is enclosed within a fluid-filled cavity described as the pericardial cavity. The walls and lining of the pericardial cavity are made up of a membrane known as the pericardium. The pericardium is a fiber membrane found as an external covering around the heart. It protects the heart by producing a serous fluid, which serves to lubricate the heart and prevent friction between the surrounding organs. Apart from the lubrication, the pericardium also helps by holding the heart in its position and by maintaining a hollow space for the heart to expand itself when it is full. The pericardium has 2 exclusive layers. Visceral layer, it directly covers the outside of the heart. Parietal layer, it forms a sac around the outer region of the heart that contains the fluid in the pericardial cavity. Structure of the heart wall. The heart wall is made up of 3 layers, namely, epicardium. Epicardium is the outermost layer of the heart. It is composed of a thin layered membrane that serves to lubricate and protect the outer section. Myocardium, this is a layer of muscle tissue and it constitutes the middle layer wall of the heart. It contributes to the thickness and is responsible for the pumping action. Endocardium, it is the innermost layer that lines the inner heart chambers and covers the heart valves. Furthermore, it prevents the blood from sticking to the inner walls, thereby preventing potentially fatal blood clots. Internal structure of heart. The internal structure of the heart is rather intricate with several chambers and valves that control the flow of blood. Chambers of the heart. Vertebrate hearts can be classified based on the number of chambers present. For instance, most fish have 2 chambers, and reptiles and amphibians have 3 chambers. Avian and mammalian hearts consists of 4 chambers. Humans are mammals, Hence, we have 4 chambers, namely, right ventricle, right auricle, left ventricle. Atria are thin and have less muscular walls and are smaller than ventricles. These are the blood receiving chambers that are fed by the large veins. Ventricles are larger and more muscular chambers responsible for pumping and pushing blood out into circulation. These are connected to larger arteries that deliver blood for circulation. The right ventricle and right atrium are comparatively smaller than the left chambers. The walls consist of fewer muscles compared to the left portion, and the size difference is based on their functions. The blood originating from the right side flows through the pulmonary circulation, while blood arising from the left chambers is pumped throughout the body. Blood vessels in organisms with closed circulatory systems, the blood flows within vessels of varying sizes. All vertebrates, including humans, possess this type of circulation. The external structure of the heart has many blood vessels that form a network, with other major vessels emerging from within the structure. The blood vessels typically comprise the following. Veins supply deoxygenated blood to the heart via inferior and superior vena cava, and it eventually drains into the right atrium. Capillaries are tiny, tube-like vessels which form a network between the arteries to veins. Arteries are muscular-walled tubes mainly involved in supplying oxygenated blood away from the heart to all other parts of the body. Valves are flaps of fibrous tissues located in the cardiac chambers between the veins. They ensure that the blood flows in a single direction, unidirectional. Flaps also prevent the blood from flowing backwards. Based on their functions, valves are of 2 types. Atrioventricular valves are between ventricles and atria. The valve between the right ventricle and right atrium is the tricuspid valve, and the one which is found between the left ventricle and left atrium is known as the bicuspid valve. Semilunar valves are located between the left ventricle and the aorta. It is also found between the pulmonary artery and the right ventricle. Facts about human heart: the heart pumps around 6,000 to 7,500 liters of blood in a day throughout the body. The heart is situated at the center of the chest and points slightly towards the left. On average, the heart beats about 100,000 times a day, i.e., around 3 billion beats in a lifetime. The average male heart weighs around 280 to 340 grams, 10 to 12 ounces. In females, it weighs around 230 to 280 grams, 8 to 10 ounces. An adult's heart beats about 60 to 100 times per minute, and a newborn baby's heart beats at a faster pace than an adult, which is about 90 to 190 beats per minute.